Hey everybody, welcome back. We're gonna do a little bit of garden stuff out here and show you the tomato plants and such. Alright, there are baby tomatoes in there. Yes there are. Squash. There's peppers, cucumbers, and one of the latest arrival in tomatoes. Alright, but what we're working on today is the old garden pond. So let's take you over there. Alright, here we are in our neat little shady area. You can see the figs, and there's some cherries, peaches. Anyway, come around here, this side here. I got it up in my mind. I was going to dig myself a little garden pond. And I ordered one of those pond liners, but got a lot of roots running through here. So my idea was to take these little white styrofoam things, and you probably know what these are. You know those outfits that sell you steak and hamburgers and all that. Alright, dig a hole deep enough, then cut this thing off, about halfway, 3/4. And of course it'll get covered over with the pond liner, which will be, this is just to keep the roots and stuff from penetrating the pond liner. Then come up, of course, and I got another few of them over here. Do the same thing and make like an upper level, and you'll have like a little water feature that'll spray water from the lower side to the upper side. That way it's always like cascading downwards. The whole idea is kind of evolving as I go, so we'll see. And with as much work as I think this is probably going to be, I'm sure that this will be more than one video. But anyway, that's what we're up to. So we'll see how this turns out. Definitely need to go down a bit more. We're down, I don't know, about maybe 12 inches. I'm going to get down to about maybe 16, 17, 18. And then we'll cut that little styrofoam cooler off. And that'll be our main pond basin. I'll tell you, for the last couple of years, the kiwi vine has expanded, and you may have noticed a couple of weeks ago we had like tons of blooms. Now there are a few kiwis left. You gotta really look hard to find them. And for the last 2 years, I've been blaming the squirrels and the birds and everything else. Come to find out, it was stink bugs. That's right. Stink bugs, like cutworms and stuff, that were cutting them off, you know. Anyway, the white stuff you see is like 7 dust that you would put for like tomatoes and all that, and there it is right there. But I tell you what, man, yeah, here's one, a couple that managed to survive. And there's a few of them in there, but I mean, we were loaded down. And I guess I wasn't paying much attention and blaming it on the critters that weren't doing it, and it was insects. So anyway, get back to our pond, garden pond. Just came outside real quick and take a look at some of the solar lights that are running out here in the garden area. Well, it's been a day or two since I talked to you, and everything is growing good. A bunch of little tomatoes here and there, squash, cucumbers. Once again, severe storms are on the approach a few hours from now. So we got a couple things that we need to attend to. A project that I've been thinking about doing for a long time is what they call pleaching or espalier. It's where you attach a wire between 2 points, then you slowly bend over your limbs to grow along the wire. Generally we'll have 1 or 2 main little trunk or branches that'll follow the wire, but the weather has not cooperated with me at all whatsoever. Between severe thunderstorms and heavy winds and everything else. But we're going to try the same process with this fig tree, this cherry tree, the apple tree obviously would go that way, and that pear tree would come toward it. I'm thinking that by doing this we might get more light in here. There's our garden pond. The soil, it is, like I said, it's gotten really hot over the last 3 or 4 days. The soil is hard as a brick, but we'll get back to it. And this is a plum. It's called a bubblegum plum, toka plum. And we're going to run, we've got a pole there. We're going to run a pole up this way and do the same thing, pleaching, espalier, and kind of recreate this whole grid. But I've been thinking about doing this for a long time. Instead of having a big cluster of fruit trying to grow inside of all this leaves that get more sunlight on a load-bearing wire. And we got a number of poles that we can put in the ground to help support the weight, but we're going to try this. And some of these trees are you know, getting some age on them now, so as they die off, we'll replace it and do a little bit of that type of gardening and stuff. But there we go. And we have this other pear tree here. All right, there's a pole back here on this last peach tree, and we might do the same thing with this guy. And you probably see where we're going with this. We're going to create a lot more sunlight in here. Probably have a better quality of fruit instead of a bunch of little small things and stuff. And we, near the end of the year, we'll get somebody over here, and once all the leaves come off these trees again. Here I'm talking about that kind of stuff, and we hadn't even reached summer yet. But anyway, that's what we're up to. We got some figs, and between me and the cherries, or the birds I should, the cherries are about done, but I'm thinking this cherry tree will greatly benefit from being 1 or 2 main limbs heading out on a wire into the sunlight. And then the fig tree will get a lot more light, especially if we bend over this bubblegum plum. Anyway, that's what we're up to. So we'll get busy here in a few minutes, and I know a bunch of other people have commented that they're under severe storm possibilities, so everybody be safe, man. Got this pear tree pruned over and running down this wire, and an apple tree doing it from the other way, and we'll put poles strategically placed to do the same thing. Here's one that'll correspond to that cherry tree over there, and pull it this way. And there's another pear tree that will been pruned, and we'll pull down this wire here, and it has a plum that's pulling a little bit this way, and we'll keep doing that, and we'll kind of open this place up to more sunlight. And I think by getting more sunlight in here, the quality of the fruit will improve. The peach trees will get a lot more light, obviously the figs and the cherries and that apple, and we'll pull this plum over down this way to this pole here, get that in, and we still got some more poles and a few more long run wires, and we'll see what we can't do. and we'll leave that plum tree right there alone. But I'm thinking that if we can open this space up around where this pond will be, we'll get a lot more light. All right, our pleaching project is about done. Of course, once everything starts growing and stuff, we'll make more adjustments and stuff. But this area right here that had all that shade, you know, the figs, everything can get more light. The little pond area there will get a lot more light. There's still a lot more pruning to go, and we'll put another pole right here to pick this up. But it's like wandering around in a maze now. You can come into some places and then you gotta go out and created like these little alcoves that you gotta come in through different areas and stuff. Should be a lot more beneficial, a lot more light. We'll be getting into this sector here. So like I said, it's like entering into a maze. It's like a little path right here. And just like any garden spot, every step you take, you see something different. This ought to be pretty interesting. It's been something I've been wanting to do for a long time. The way this fig tree grew after being broken, you know, it ought to help it out dramatically. All right, anyway, our pleaching project. Whether you want to, that's what I call it. It's pleaching, espalier. Anyway, the birds still love it. They're all over the place. Cardinal over there looking at me. So, there we go. And then we'll do something about this sector here. We need to really trim up all this stuff up in here. A lot more light can get in. There's your bird tube over there. And I don't know whether you can see all the birds just landing back and forth all over the place. But I think this is really going to work out. All right, everybody, take care.